Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be tier ranking my 5-star reads. So basically what I did is I went into my Goodreads, I sorted it by rating, and then I just took all of those 5 stars and I put them into a tier ranking thingy. And we're going to be tier ranking them. So let's just get into it. Okay, so my tiers are as follows. Top tier, all-time favorite. Second tier, book hangover. I've never had a hangover because I have never drank. I don't drink, not even one time. So I actually don't know what a hangover feels like, but a book hangover is like, you want that feeling again. You feel kind of sad. It's done. You want to read more, but you don't know what to read because will anything give you the same feelings of the book you just read? That's what a book hangover is. Unputdownable, a very fun word, isn't it? Pure enjoyment and unmatched vibes. The bottom tiers are like, sometimes you give a book 5 stars because you really enjoyed it or the vibes were really good, but like objectively, is it that good? That's where personal taste comes in, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna start over here on the side. And I'm not going to go in any particular order. Basically what I did is I just like went in Goodreads and I ranked it from rating, and then I just put them all into this document. So, okay, starting with Shady Hollow by Juno Black. I think I'm going to give this one Unputdownable. I really enjoyed it. I tried to read on in the series, and it just wasn't really like, I didn't like the second book very much. So maybe that's like kind of tainting my vision of the first one because I haven't read it in a while. But I did remember enjoying it, so I'm going to put it in Unputdownable, kind of just mid-tier. Some Kind of Happiness by Claire Legrand. I think this one I'm also going to put in mid-tier. It was a great book. It made me cry, but I don't think about it that often. The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I don't remember that much about. I'm going to put this one in pure enjoyment because I don't really remember what it was about, so obviously it didn't really stick with me that much, but I remember that I really, really loved reading it. So that's where we're going to put that. To Kill a Mockingbird. This is a classic. It's amazing. I haven't read this book in a long time, but I'm still going to put it in all-time favorite because it has been one of my favorite books for a really long time. And I think I should reread it. What do you think? I think I should. The Memory Police. I love this book. I'm going to put this in book hangover. I don't think it's an all-time favorite, but I really, really enjoyed it. And it also made me tear up a little bit. Okay, Titan's Curse. Here's the thing with, maybe I should I do all of the Percy Jackson series at the same time here? Okay, let's see. Lightning Thief. Where are the other ones? There should be 5. Did I not give the other ones 5 stars? I guess not. I guess I only gave... Oh, wait, no. Battle of the Labyrinth. What am I missing? Sea of Monsters. Oh, it's over here. I did give them all 5 stars then. Because that's fine. Okay. I would say Percy Jackson's series as a whole is all-time favorite for me. I love those books. I've loved those books forever. I reread those books like... I want to say probably 14 or 15 times in my, like, childhood years. These books were formative for me, right? So I think that the thing is, though, is like, do I remember all the details from them? As a whole, they're all-time favorite. So maybe for right now, I'm going to put them all in all-time favorite. But how accurate is that? I don't really know. Which one comes next? Do I remember what order they even go in? I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just going to throw them all in here. So I'll put them all in all-time favorite for right now, but like, I don't remember all of the details of every single one. I will say I have enjoyed the Percy Jackson TV show. I watched the first season and I did like it. There were some things I didn't like that much. Some things I wish they did a little differently. But overall I did like it. Okay, Return of the King, all-time favorite. I'm rereading Lord of the Rings right now, which I think the Two Towers might not be on this list, is it? There's the Fellowship. let's pretend that Two Towers is on this list as well. And I'm also just going to put Fellowship of the Ring over here because I'm rereading them right now. I just finished the Two Towers, and the first time I read it, I gave it 4 stars. Rereading it, I'm like, this series is perfection. And that's all I have to say about that. So those are all-time favorites, for sure. Okay, and every morning the way home gets longer and longer. This one I'm going to give Book Hangover. It made me cry. It is about having a grandparent with Alzheimer's. 2 of my grandmothers have dementia, and it's difficult, and that book really got me. Anne of Green Gables, all-time fave. That is one of my favorite books. I love Anne of Green Gables. I have not read the rest of the series though. I haven't read any of the other books. I've only read the first one. So, Pride and Prejudice. I'm going to put that also in all-time favorite. That is largely influenced by the 2005 Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley and Matthew Macfadyen. That movie is perfection. That is one of my favorite movies. That and You've Got Mail are like my 2 top favorite movies ever. And yes, that does influence my love of the book, but I do also really love the book. Jane Austen is just a miracle woman. Okay, Station 11. Station 11 I think I'm going to put in all-time favorite as well. I really love Station 11. That was an amazing book. Woman and the Priesthood. I'm going to put this in Unputdownable. This is a church book. I learned good things from it. It made me think deeply, but it's not something that I like really... It's hard to compare it to the rest of these books because it's like a non-fiction spiritual book, whereas a lot of these are just like fiction series and stuff, so I'm going to put that there. Okay, The Dreamers by Karen Thompson Walker. This one I'm going to give Book Hangover because I did really enjoy it. It has similar vibes to Emily St. John Mandel, which is why I really enjoyed it, I think. And I read it like right after I gave birth to my son. Not like in the hospital, not like immediately after I gave birth, but like in his first 2 weeks of life, I read this book. A Man Called Ove. I love this book. All-time favorite. It has inspired me reading a lot of Frederick Bachman's other books, and I think he's a fantastic author. I think he does characters and just really, really well. Okay, what is this? Oh, The Secret Garden. The Secret Garden. Pure enjoyment. That's a great book. It's very fun. I remember watching the movie as a kid. I haven't watched it in a long time. But it's one of my sister's favorites. Okay, Sheets by Brenna Thumler. This is a graphic novel. I'm going to put this in Unputdownable. This is a great book. It's very fun. If you don't read a lot of graphic novels, check this one out because I don't read a lot of graphic novels either, and it's one of the first ones that I read, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought that it was really, really fun and great. The whole series is really great. The Ocean at the End of the Lane. I'm gonna put this one in Book Hangover. I haven't read it in a while, and I would love to reread it because this was kind of one of the first ones I read, like really getting back into reading as an adult, and I just ate it up. Neil Gaiman's great. Okay, Harry Potter. Do I only have one Harry Potter one here? The first one. Yeah, you know what? This also goes for Harry Potter as a whole. It's an all-time favorite. Again, oh, I'm doing weird things. Hold on. There we go. I accidentally was like editing the side of that. Harry Potter is also a, formative for me. Okay. Let's move on to the bottom. This is going pretty fast. Hunger Games. Book Hangover. I recently rewatched the movies with my husband, and then I reread the first one. And it just I had just watched all of the movies. I know exactly what happened, and the first one I still was like, I can't put this book down. I have to know what's gonna I already know what happens, and I have to know what is gonna happen. So that just speaks to the wonder of Suzanne Collins. And I'm very curious to see what Sunrise on the Reaping is like because I did not read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because I wasn't that interested in it. And maybe I'll read Sunrise on the Reaping, but we'll see. Because at this point, I'm sorry, Suzanne. I'm sorry. I just said how much I love your writing, but it's giving cash grab. You didn't hear it here. The Screwtape Letters. This is by C.S. Lewis. I'm going to put this in Unputdownable. Again, this one is more spiritual in nature. It is fiction, but I did really enjoy it. The Thursday Murder Club. Okay, let's do all of these ones at the same time. Bullet That Missed, Last Devil to Die, and The Man Who Died Twice. These are going in all-time favorite. My friend Pauline told me to read these. Pauline, if you're watching this, I love you. She knows that because she's the best. And I will love her forever for telling me to read these books because they are just fantastic. They are really great. They're right up my alley. They're just kind of perfect. Okay. These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends. Oh, whoops. I have These Violent Delights in here twice. Delete you. Get out of there. We'll put these in Pure Enjoyment. I like these ones. This is kind of like a Romeo and Juliet retelling. There's some cool sci-fi fantasy stuff that's thrown in there as well that I thought was interesting. Definitely moved the plot along and made it an interesting book. Okay, this is the Anne of Green Gables graphic novel. Also illustrated by Brenna Thumler. And I think I'm going to put this one in also Unputdownable because, like, obviously I knew what the book was. So when I read this, I kind of was mostly just looking at the art because I was like, I know what the words, I know what's happening. You know what I mean? But the art in it is fantastic. Brenna Thumler is a wonderful illustrator. Okay, Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. What do I want to do with you? I think I'll put this in Unputdownable as well because this is a wonderful book. It makes you think, and I did enjoy reading it quite a bit. Crying in H Mart, Book Hangover. This book is one of those books where it kind of got like TikTok popular, and so I wasn't sure about it. It's amazing. It's a memoir. I don't really read memoirs that often, and it just is so touching. And I learned a lot of things. Like, I didn't know what kimchi was before I read this book, and now I do. And what else do I have to say? I don't know. It was good. It was a great book. Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I recently reread this, and I really love it, and I'm trying to decide if it's an all-time favorite or a book hangover. I think it's a book hangover. I really like this book. It's so interesting, and I love it. It's very atmospheric. The House in the Cerulean Sea. I'll put this in Pure Enjoyment. Or maybe Unmatched Vibes. No, I'll put it in Pure Enjoyment. No, I'm going to put it in Unmatched Vibes. Because it's a good one. I tried to read the second one, and I just didn't really like it. I DNF'd it. The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Pure Enjoyment. Like, Riley Sager's books are just kind of like that, where it's like, you have to keep reading it. You have to know what's gonna happen. And are there things wrong? Is it, like, this book was so outlandish, and I ate it up. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Unputdownable, I guess. I guess Unputdownable is where I'm putting things that I learned stuff from. For some of these, you know what I mean? Because I learned things, it was good. The Last Murder at the End of the World, Book Hangover. This was one of my most anticipated books of this year, and it did not disappoint. I really liked it. The Thorn Hedge. Or I guess it's not The Thorn Hedge, it's just Thorn Hedge. T. Kingfisher. I like T. Kingfisher's writing a lot. And this one was fun. Pure Enjoyment. Everyone on this train is a suspect, and let's just do everyone in my family has killed someone. I'm going to put these ones in Book Hangover. I really like the style of these books. I think that they're really, really fun. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do something controversial. Actually, it's not controversial. I'm the one who makes the rules. I'm going to put Everyone in this train is a suspect in Unputdownable. Because I don't think it was as strong as the first one, but I obviously still gave it 5 stars. So I still really, really loved it. It just was not, like, as strong as the first one was. Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers, Pure Enjoyment. This one is really great. It's It's fun. The woman, the main character in this, Vera, is supposed to be like 50 or something, and she acts like she's like 85. So I don't know if, who's it by? Jessie, what's her name? I don't know if Jessie Q Sutanto has ever met a 50-year-old woman. But she does a great job writing like a much older woman, because that's what this felt like. But it was so fun. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This was one of my favorite books of 2022? 2023? No, 2022. And I'm going to put it in Unputdownable. I thought it was really good. I thought it was fun. I thought it had a good message. And some people say it's preachy, and it kind of is, but I think it's fun. Keeper of Enchanted Rooms. This one is a fun little one that I'll put in pure enjoyment. Okay, Elle Enchanted. Unmatched Vibes. This is a good one. I'm not the target audience for this anymore, but I love the movie growing up, so that's mostly why I read it. And my sister-in-law gave it to me, which was so nice. Sea of Tranquility, Emily St. John Mandel. Oh, do I love this one as much as I love Station 11? I think I'm going to put this one in Book Hangover. I really like Emily St. John Mandel's writing, and Sea of Tranquility was great. Animal Farm, Book Hangover. The Will of the Many, dare I say, all-time favorite. That book was amazing. It took me a second to get into it, I won't lie. But then once I did, I was like, what is happening? And by the time I got to the end, I was like, I need the second book right now. And I think it comes out next year. I hope so. Tuesdays with Morrie. This one is a really good book. Book Hangover. That one is one that just, it makes you feel. It makes you think. Electra by Jennifer Saint. Unputdownable. Someone's calling me. Who's calling me? That was my mother-in-law buying me a donut. She was asking what I wanted. She's great. What life. Okay. What is this? Tuck Everlasting? This book was so different from what I thought it was going to be. Like, I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but it was nothing like I thought. So that was really fun for me. And that means I think I'm going to put it in Unputdownable, because I was just like, what? And the vibes were really good with this one too. Again, a little bit questionable in some ways, but but still great. Remarkably Bright Creatures. I think I'm going to put this in Book Hangover. I really love this one. I thought it was so great. I love the octopus in this book is wonderful, and I live in Oregon, and there's a lot of giant, or not a lot, but there's giant Pacific octopi here, and they're so fun to look at, and like every time I go to an aquarium now, I like look at them, and I'm just like, you. Okay, what is this? Oh yeah, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. I'm going to also put this one into Unputdownable. I really like this book. I know there is a lot of controversy around this book because of the way that it speaks about Black people. And I think I talked about this in a wrap-up or something where I read this book and was speaking about it. I do think it is important to remember the time in which a book is written, right? Because you can't expect Mark Twain to have 2024 standards. And I would hope that if Mark Twain was writing in 2024, he would not write this book the same way, but he's not. He's dead. So I think that is something to remember when reading classics. Does that make racist undertones or overtones okay? No, it doesn't. But it is important to remember this was written in a time and a place. And you can appreciate it for what it is while recognizing that. Okay, The Office BFFs, Unmatched Vibes. You know, this is nothing that I think about, but I do love Office Ladies podcast. I think it's very fun. I listened to it for quite a while, and I haven't really listened to it in a long time, but Jenna Fischer and Angela Kinsey are fun best friends, and I'm happy for them being fun best friends. The Hobbit, all-time fave. All-time fave. Okay, these are the Sisters Grimm books. I'm put these in Unmatched Vibes. That's just a fun little middle grade series. I actually have a whole video where I reread this entire series and decide if it holds up and if I still like it, because it was one of my like childhood favorites. But they're fun. They're a fun series, and if you have young children who read middle grade, this is super fun. It's very exciting, it's adventurous, it's not too crazy, but it's a great series. A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, T. Kingfisher. This one's super fun. I'm gonna put this in Unputdownable. Again, I really enjoy T. Kingfisher's writing. I've read a few more of her books too that I must have given 4 stars because they're not on this list, but her books are fun. Okay. We're down to the last 3. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I think I'm gonna just also put this in Unputdownable. I do enjoy Greek retellings. I went through a little phase where I read quite a few of them. And yeah, I really did like that one. Wait a minute, did I not give Circe 5 stars? Because I feel like that should be on this, but maybe I give it 4? Oh, no. Okay, I guess I give it 4 stars. Okay, disregard me. Gregor the Overlander, Unmatched Vibes. Again, I am not in the target audience for this anymore because it is in middle grade and I read it for the first time as an adult. It is also by Suzanne Collins, writer, author of the Hunger Games. And it's fun. It's very middle grade, but that's what it's supposed to be, so that's not bad. Okay, this is The Brilliant Life of Eudora Honeysett. This falls into the category of grumpy old person becomes friend with young person who lives near them, which is a type of book I really enjoy, actually. I liked it. I'm going to put it in pure enjoyment. Okay, wow. So I guess my all-time favorite books are To Kill a Mockingbird, the Percy Jackson series, Lord of the Rings, Anne of Green Gables, Pride and Prejudice, Station 11, A Man Called Ove, the Harry Potter series, Thursday Murder Club series, The Will of the Many, and The Hobbit. Apparently those are my all-time favorite books. So you heard it here first, folks. Okay, thank you for being here. This was a lot of fun. I enjoy tier ranking things. I think it's really fun. If you enjoy tier ranking videos, let me know, and let me know what I should tier rank next. Because it's just entertaining, and I don't know if you care about my opinion. I mean, if you've watched this far in the video, you care about my opinion, otherwise you would have clicked off. So shout out to you for sticking with it, and tell me if you think I ranked any of these wrong. Because that'd be fun. Okay. I'll see you in my next video. This has been a blast. Love you, bye!